Misty mountain, rainbow sky, a faraway look in your eye. Tell me, have you had enough? Traffic jams and city stuff. Don't you think it's time to go where black bears climb and waters flow? Hummingbirds out on the deck, your feet propped up, and what the heck? You'll love how we live here in these mountains. Everything is gonna be alright, and we all wave hello here in these mountains. Life is good, we sleep well at night. It's alright, the mountain life. Load 'em up and head this way to the bright red Georgia clay. From Notley down to Carter's Lake, all the memories to make. So much here for all to see, a land that is so dear to me. Welcome home to all your dreams, hot rod Fords and crystal streams. Now you'll love how we live here in these mountains. Everything is gonna be alright. We all wave hello here in these mountains. Life is good, we sleep well at night, and it's alright, the mountain life. It's alright, the mountain life. Y'all come by and see us anytime you can.
Welcome to the Mountain Life for sure. This weekend, starting on last Thursday night, when we had the big to-do at the Georgia Mountain Fair to welcome everybody to the 75th edition of Opening These Mountains to Everybody. And everybody came. It was busy, it was crowded, it was packed. People were honoring and paying tribute to Miss Hilda Thomason and all the volunteers who have made this happen. She has been there over 40 years, and it was so great to see her honored and to see the many people who are a part of the Georgia Mountain Fair. Today we're going to share some interviews with you. We're going to share a lady she volunteered, and then she ended up getting a paid job at the Georgia Mountain Fair for over 30 years. Miss Hilda has been there over 40 years. I'm telling you, there must be something addictive about the Georgia Mountain Fair, because I see people who go year after year after year, and it's on their calendar. They would not do their summer, they would not even do their winter or their fall without a trip to the Georgia Mountain Fair. So today we are honoring them. As the fair began Thursday night, it was all about paying tribute to those people who made it possible. Now, I was there because I wanted to see Miss Hilda honored, but I got a big treat when I got to see some of the best clogging ever by some of the teachers from John Campbell Folk School. Let me tell you, clogging is still alive and well, and you're going to get to see some of that today. It's very exciting. But let me tell you the most excitement that happened last week. Xana turned 3 and Drake turned 3. So we've got 2 kids that we're going to share their birthdays. Now, they were born one day apart, and one is cool, calm, collected, and the other one is wide open. Guess which one is related to me? The wide open one. And Miss Xana had a great time. Thank you to Papa's Pizza here in Ellijay for hosting the party. And to Drake, who had his party, he was smart because they went out to Talking Rock Creek, and the kids got to play in the creek, and they got to cool off in the cool water. It was hot Saturday, so if you were having a birthday party outside, bless you, because it was hot. We're going to share photos, we're going to share memories, and we're going to remind you that these mountains are open to everybody day in and day out. Now this is my hillbilly supper, and I got to tell you about this. I heard a rumor that Freddie had made cornbread while I was at work, so I thought, I'll go by and get 2 slices of that cornbread and I'll make me a hillbilly supper, and I did. And it was barbecue from Amos's down at 369 and 372 in Ball Ground. I'd never eaten their barbecue before. I loved it. And one of my friends had given me a bag of Vidalia onions, so I diced up Vidalia onions in it. And this is not the way I normally make slaw, but this was the slaw from Amos's, and it was light and it was crispy, and it didn't have a lot of mayonnaise in it, so it wasn't real heavy. And I've been trying to eat better. I've been trying to do better, but that cornbread, you can show I wasn't doing better Friday night. But Lord have mercy, that is a hillbilly supper fit for a king. It was so good, and I just put the little tiny slices of cornbread on the side. I kind of called it an open-faced sandwich because I had my bread on the side of the meat. Try it. Just make yourself some slaw. Simple, 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 and then take your barbecue, and I put the onions on top of it. It was so good. It was so good, and I tried to convince myself it was good for me. That was a lie. It was good. It was so good. So do it. Okay, now this is Miss Xana celebrating 3 years old, and Dawn and David made her a sign, happy 3rd. She's 3 years old. Can y'all believe that? She was on the set with me when she was 2 weeks old and has been here time after time again. Now that she's a little bit over, I'm not going to say she's wild. She just doesn't sit still much. So I don't know that we can get her back up here to sit still, but I would love to have her back because I'd love for y'all to see how she reacts to people because she loves people. There's her precious mama and her precious babysitter. She is the best babysitters in the world, and I love this. They take the kid to church, and she loves her mom works 7 days a week because her mom is doing the best she can to go to college, work 2 jobs, and raise a baby. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So Xana is surrounded by good adults, and I'm so thankful for all of them because they love her just as much as we do. It's hard to find babysitters that care that much about your kids. So if you've got good babysitters, honey, you got it made because that makes a big difference in a child's life. And they love her just as much as we do, probably. You will notice that all of us had on black. We all wear black, and when Xana showed up in black and white, I just cracked up laughing, and I said, she's been to her nanny's closet because she knows I always wear black and white. It's crazy. But most of the time, I go to the black because it's just my color. And again, thank you to Papa's. It was hot outside. It was over 90 degrees. We could not have managed a party outside. They had the game room. The kids loved the game room. They loved the tokens. They just had a good time. And our oldest guest of the party had just celebrated a birthday. This summer, Uncle John took lots and lots of pictures. And I can't wait to see them because Miss Xana loves to be photographed. She is, she is like Shirley Temple on steroids. So she's all about the camera, and she's all about making people smile and being happy. And I love that. We're so blessed. We are so very, very blessed. There. Now listen. Listen. Yeah, green noodles.
Okay, come right up.
Come right up. Thank
Papa,
you.
Papa, do you want some green noodles?
Papa? He can't hear. Uh-oh. Papa didn't hear you. We'll have to just fix him a plate and take it to him, okay? Is that
Billy, you want some green vanilla.
Noodles?
I want to go play pool.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, you want blue and green.
Blue and green.
I'll go.
Okay. Oh boy.
Come back.
Awesome.
Come right up.
Coming right up. Coming right up. Okay.
Oh, I need that. Thank you.
Yay. Piper, you're working hard.
Yeah, you're it.
That is cool. And that sweet baby was going to share her pizza with her nanny. Nanny's been trying to eliminate carbs and do better, and so I didn't even take a bite of the pizza, although it sure did smell good. But it was a great place to have a party and a great place for kids to just play and feel safe and in the air conditioning. So if you're making plans for a party, think about it. And, you know, you don't have to clean up your house. You don't have to cook. You don't have to haul in the stuff. And thank you for the Precious, another granny on the other side brought a birthday cake. So we had, it all worked out, and it was just a fun day, and thank you to everybody who loves this baby as much as we do. This is our sweet Miss Hilda Thomason, as she was honored to be the Master of Ceremonies. There she is. She is at the Georgia Mountain Fair, and they are saying, welcome to Miss Hilda. She has been there over 40 years. She is the reason, and I did not know this, but there were some very, very lean years at the fair, and there was discussion of stopping the fair and just giving up on it. And Miss Hilda said, absolutely not. And she set out to make it all that it is today. She added the concert, she added the fireworks, she added the laser tag, she added the Christmas lights. She just kept on adding things that keep it going year round. And that is so cool. That is so cool. But for her to be honored, she deserved everything that was done to honor her, because she has done so much. And honestly, somebody else would have thrown in the towel and said, okay, after 25, 35 years, we're done. We can't do it anymore. But no, she would not do it. Now this, happy 53rd anniversary last week to Ronnie and Susie Jones. And that is what Ronnie Jones looked like the first time they upholstered something for me 100 years ago when they were down in Woodstock. I will never forget, I stopped in their little bitty place on Old Highway 5 and got them to do some upholstery for me. To this day, if I need upholstery, it's Jones Upholstery, and I've been married 53 years. It's like it was yesterday, and they had little Ronnie there at work with them in a playpen. So it's crazy how time 53 years is just gone. It's gone, but they've made it, and they've had a good life, and they do great work, and just good people. So happy anniversary. And yeah, where's Miss Susie? She's not in the picture, but you talk about some hard-working folks. They have worked hard for many, many years, and that's what it's about, you know, making a commitment, doing it. And this, happy birthday to Drake. That is Drake Parks, who is Trace's nephew. And how sweet. He's not quite in high gear like Xana is. He's a little bit, I don't want to use the word controlled, subdued. Subdued would be a word. He's not as wild as Xana.
He's pretty wild.
Uh-oh, Trace just corrected me. He said he's pretty wild. I'm glad, because I was feeling bad because Xana's never still. But Xana never meets a stranger, and she just goes up and talks to everybody. How precious. And they are one day apart in age, so that is so sweet. And I love the idea that they did it at Talking Rock Creek. I mean, that was perfect. I never think about stuff like that, but you can call and rent the pavilion there, and great place for a party. I would have rather been in air conditioning because I'm an air conditioned girl, but yeah, that was really cool. That was a really, really great place for a party. And I think it was a monster truck party, wasn't it? I love monster trucks, so yeah, so that is cool, very cool. And there is the sweetest great-great-grandparents in this world. Great great-grandparents in this world. Precious. We love Miss Wallace, Miss Carol. Yeah, how sweet. You know, when we look at this mountain life, we are so blessed. You know, every single day We get to see some new adventures, something in the mountains that maybe you've never seen before. And lately, we've been watching a lot of drone footage from a lot of people who are coming to the mountains, bringing their drone and getting some really, really good shots. Well, this weekend, watched a movie that had nothing to do with these mountains. It had to do with snow-covered mountains. And I want to recommend this movie. It might not be for the faint of heart, so be cautious. It said 13 and over. It's a PG. But it had some sad stuff in it. So, but if you want to see mountain scenes, and drones are the greatest thing ever because you get to see amazing mountain scenes. If you want to see snow-covered mountain scenes, then you can Google this and go to, it was on YouTube, it was free, and it's called Miracle on the Mountain. And it is a true story of a very, very successful hockey player who had a turn in his life that caused some disaster, sadly brought on by himself, and then you see the miracle. So Google it and watch it if you love mountain scenes. And since it's still so hot in Georgia, you might enjoy a mountain scene of all these snow-covered mountains. It was, the photography was beautiful. But again, it's called Miracle on the Mountain. And it is sad at parts. It's very sad, and it's very hard to watch. And it would be hard to be his mom and knowing the condition he was in on that mountain. But I think it's worth a watch. So, you know how some people recommend books, I recommend movies because I don't have time to read a book. So check this movie out. And again, it's called Miracle on the Mountain, and you will see some beautiful, beautiful mountain scenes. We love the mountains. We love the music of the mountains. We love the food of the mountains. We love the people of the mountains. We're going to share now some of the interviews that we did up at Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. One of the ladies that I interviewed has volunteered and been there for 30 years. She also works at the courthouse. She has 2 jobs still, and she's a little bit younger than me. And she said, people ask her all the time, are you going to retire? And she said, no, I love what I do. I love people. I think that is a big part of why the Georgia Mountain Fair is so successful. The people who work there love their jobs and love people. So let's go to some of the interviews from the Georgia Mountain Fair.
Take on a traditionally wonderful song.
drinking coffee, smoking big cigars. Well, I know it had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep on moving, and that's what tortures me. All right, Mr. Jeff Glad, take it away. Back to a little more tradition.
They'll also be performing tomorrow and Saturday at the Georgia Mountain Fair.
And they did a great job. Thank you so much. I also want to say thank you to True Youngblood. He was the gentleman out here a minute ago who was singing. Hi.
They talked me into it.
Yay! Oh, They are so good. Wyatt's amazing. Also, don't forget Eller Holler. That's something new here at the Georgia Mountain Fair. And that's something Wyatt's put together all to himself, and he has a great concert series.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
Smoky Mountain memories about my home in Tennessee. Memories keep calling me home.
It's the 75th Annual Georgia Mountain Fair, August 15th through the 23rd at the historic Georgia Mountain Fairground. Live entertainment, arts and crafts, food vendors, carnival rides, and more. Join us Thursday, August 14th for our 75th anniversary celebration with live entertainment, a fireworks show, and 75-cent carnival rides. Tickets available at the gate or call 706-896-4191. Visit GeorgiaMountainFairgrounds.com for ticket prices and concert schedule. Thanks to Towns County Convention and Visitors Bureau and all our generous sponsors.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
the Mountain Life song, you listen to it, you think about it, you sit back and you reflect. And you think about maybe the first time you went to the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. I remember the first time we went, it was so crowded, it was so hot, it was so crazy. Anderson Music Hall wasn't air conditioned then, and thank goodness, because of fundraising by Miss Hilda, it is now air conditioned. It is such a wonderful place for concerts, for events. And this weekend, our guys were lucky enough to be in there with three of the greats of gospel music, including the Inspirations. So you're going to get to see some of that on ETC. That's going to be fun. We won't have it for a few days because they're going to mix it, play with it, get it edited, and here we go. You know, the music, the mountains, the food, and the people, the combination is perfect. The creeks and the mountain peaks, and that's what it's about. That's what these mountains are about. But I think the people are the reason that it is so amazing and so successful and such a happy place to be. So we're going to share now part of the tribute that was paid to Miss Hilda, and we're also going to share an interview of a very special lady who volunteered for many, many years at the Georgia Mountain Fair and is still there after 30 years. And she said, as a child, I saw my parents volunteer at the Georgia Mountain Fair. That's 2 generations. And now, as we face the next generation, there are more generations of people who are volunteering. But nobody volunteers any more than the amazing Lions Club of Towns County. So a big shout out to the Lions and all of them who make this happen. If you look around the fairgrounds, you will see people with those yellow vests on. And yes, those are volunteers. They're not paid, they volunteer, and they do it because they love people. So tell them thank you while you go to the fair. Here we go to a couple of interviews that I think you're going to find. It's interesting because we are honoring Miss Hilda, and you will learn a little bit about her. I had no idea, seriously, that the fair was in days of closing and being forgotten. After many, many years, they hit this little lull, and it was bad, and the money wasn't there. And she said, oh no, never mind, I'll fix this. And obviously she has. You've been to the concerts, you've been to the car shows, you have been to the live events, you've seen the fireworks. Their fireworks are amazing. And this is all because she didn't know how to hear, no, we can't do it anymore. She said, oh yes, we can. And here we go.
Are you guys having a good time tonight? We've had fun putting all this together, and it's our pleasure to present the history of this amazing place. You can have a campground spot, just walk to a beautiful concert. You've got concerts in the holler. You've got concerts up on top of the rhododendron gardens up there. So much to do, see here and do here, and it happens all year long here at the Georgia Mountain Fair. I'd like to acknowledge some of the people who put tonight together, who worked really hard, and you can tell that they believe in this place as much as the people who invented it in the long run, as much as those people did. So we'd like to, the dedicated people would like to represent Lisa Bryant and Miranda Burnett. Thank you. They got all those photos together. Jeremy and Terry Parker, they created our sets. Doesn't that look great? The set looks great. Jeff King did a wonderful job along with Catherine. They devised all the decorations. And Wyatt, come on, give Wyatt a big round of applause. You know, it crossed my mind this week. I wonder if, you know, those folks who went on before us, who believed in this fair as much as we do, I wonder if they're watching tonight. And it just so happened, yesterday afternoon, I was coming out of downtown Hiawassee, and I looked in my rearview mirror, and I saw a rainbow. And if you drive down Denton Strait and you look in your rearview mirror, you've got the fair on the side. I turned around to take this picture because how much does that really put it all together? Bob Anderson Sr., who did such a great job, and he, I guarantee you, is so pleased. He helped get that rainbow over us this week to let us know they're all watching and they are all proud. And I'll tell you somebody they couldn't be more proud of is Hilda Thompson. She is amazing. A little bit about Hilda before she talks to you. She grew up attending the fair. She worked with Bob Anderson Sr. during her tenure as fair president. And like Anderson, she's dedicated her life to ensuring the success of the fair and all of the growth in the future. In recognition of her efforts, Hilda was named Fairman of the Year in 2002, and she was inducted into the Atlanta Country Music Hall of Fame in 2015. And I'll tell you one thing on the side, just a side note about Hilda. Think of all those men in the Lions Club. She puts up with all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, Hilda Thompson.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer. And thank y'all tonight for coming out and celebrating us. The fair started in 1950. Can you imagine we've come this far and we're still in business 75 years later? Who would have thought that? What a great accomplishment. I'm so happy that we're doing what we're doing here in Towns County, and so appreciative of all the volunteers that we have here and all of our paid staff, all of our people in the county that come out and volunteer from just the community that want to meet people and socialize, and not just Towns County, but we reach out to the other counties if we don't have enough help. We start begging in all the counties. So thank y'all. Thank you very much for everything y'all have ever done. It's hard to call names tonight, but I just appreciate it. It takes a lot of people to make all this happen here. And one thing I wanted to mention tonight before I forget it, the commissioner, Cliff Bradshaw, the Towns County Commissioner, could not be here tonight. He's got family in the hospital in Gainesville, and they're not doing well, so let's say our prayers tonight for Leon Bradshaw. He's having a really hard time right now, and Cliff needed to be there tonight. So he wanted to tell y'all that he supported the fair, and he loved the fair, and loved our community and our county. So remember that family. But the fair has grown a lot since I started here in 1980. I started here in 1981 working for Bob Anderson. Bob trained me. That's how I learned to work at the Georgia Mountain Fair. But we started with just a fair in August, and then we had a weekend in May for the spring festival, and we had the fall festival. We had a weekend in the fall in October, and then we had the campground. We had the campsites here. We had 189 campsites at that time. And then I did all the bookkeeping, answering the phone, and Bob would come in about 11 o'clock every day, and we'd just have the best time together talking about entertainment, booking talent, and getting brochures printed. And that's all the staff we had in the office. And then we had a maintenance supervisor and a few people helping on the grounds. But we operate with a very slim group. But over the years, we've grown the fair a lot, and we've added a lot of concerts and festivals. We have a wine festival now. We have the Appalachian Brew Festival, and we've added car shows. We have a lot of car shows throughout the year. We have had 2 rodeos, and we've also added the Mountain Country Christmas and Lights, which runs for about 6 weeks. We always open that up on Thanksgiving night and run through December the 24th. We also have the Georgia Mountain Egg Fest, and this is something that we did here for 10 years. And thanks to John Hall and his wife Joan, they had the connections with all the cooks. And I went down to the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and I saw this big green egg festival down there. There's about 3,000 cooks, and I thought, well, you know, if they can do this down here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, we can do that here in Hiawassee. So I come back and met with John, and we got this organized, and we did it for 10 years in a row, and it's the biggest egg fest in the Southeast. And then we didn't do it for a couple of years, and then we started it back up about 2 years ago. Some issues that we had with Big Green Egg, but we've got it going again, and it's just absolutely an awesome event. So make sure that you come out and check all these events out. We also, like we mentioned earlier about the Hamilton Gardens, we have the acoustic sunsets up concert series. We do a spring, summer, and fall at the Hamilton Gardens and Eller Holler. So all these special events brings thousands and thousands of people into the fairgrounds each year. And again, like I said earlier, we couldn't do this without all the people helping us make this happen. But another thing that we did over the years too, when we started here in the music hall, we didn't have any heat and air in this building. So we couldn't do anything except spring, summer, and fall, and we shut it down for the winter. But over the years, Richard Pelham, it was a dream of his to put heat and air in the Anderson Music Hall, and he owned the Ridges Resort at that time. And he came to me and he said, Hilda, this is a project that we need to do so we can operate year round. So we started raising money, and we had to raise $150,000 in donations, and then we got a TDA loan for $350,000 to go with that to put the heat and air in. And Richard raised $25,000, and then he passed away. And I thought, you know, this is a dream he wanted. We've got to continue this. So I kept hustling, and we were able to raise the $150,000 and get the loan. And then the Towns County Tourism Association paid for the loan for a 7-year loan we had. So we have heat and air where we can have concerts and events all year long, which is a blessing to have that. And I don't even know if we'd have anybody if we didn't have air conditioning in the summertime now, because people are so spoiled. And I'm very, very thankful that we have that here in our big building. It's so nice. And over the years, we've added some campsites. That's a few things that we've done. We've got 217 campsites now here on the fairgrounds, and they stay pretty full. So we're always trying to do things to improve. We've improved the boat ramp down at the fairgrounds. We expanded that. We got some money out of TDA, had a fishing pier put in. We have a courtesy dock, and thanks to the county, they helped us with some of it as well as TDA. So over the years, we've tried to expand and grow and make everything better the best we could. But we've had some great artists, they said earlier, come through the building here. I can remember one time we had Willie Nelson here. We've had him here 2 or 3 times. And the phone company and the sheriff's office and the chamber and everybody was calling. We had 23,000 phone calls in 10 minutes. And the phone company came down to the office. They said, what's going on down here? We'd shut all of Northeast Georgia phone lines down. They couldn't even get through. Nobody could use their phones in the whole Northeast Georgia area. And it was Willie Nelson's fault. People was trying to buy tickets. So that was a cool event, a really cool concert as well. And then the fair has also been selected a lot over the years. I could just go on and on and telling you stories about all these entertainers, but we don't have enough time to do that tonight. One other one, Merle Haggard, one time, we had him sold out, and he was on cocaine real bad, and he said he wasn't coming nowhere south of the Mississippi, so he canceled our concert. Well, I just didn't know what we were going to do. Conway Twitty, we had him almost sold out, and he passed away. He had an aneurysm at 57 years old. So you had to replace all those people when you're almost sold out, and like Jerry Clower had a heart attack after he got to Ridges Resort here the night. He was supposed to perform the next day, and they called me and said he was at the hospital, and I went up there, and he got me by the hand. He says, they say I'm not going to be able to perform tomorrow. Of course, they put him in ICU, but we got on the phone, and I started calling, and we got Mike Snyder to fly into the Blairsville Airport, and we got the sheriff from White County to bring Barry Palmer's banjo over here, and we got it going, and we had a concert that next day. So there's lots and lots of stories. I love to share them. But the fair has been picked as one of the top 20 events in the South by the Southeast Tourism Society for many years. It was also picked by the American Bus Association as one of the top 100 events in North America. That was an award that we received. And then when we celebrated 50 years here, Willard Scott with the Today Show called and wanted us to send them a 50th anniversary Georgia Mountain Fair shirt. So he held it up on the Today Show, promoting and advertising Georgia Mountain Fair on our 50th anniversary, which I thought that was pretty cool. But lots of things has happened here over the years, and more good than bad, and I just am very thankful for all the things that we have been able to accomplish here. But as far as going through the future and looking to the future, Wyatt said I had to tell what's going to happen in the next 75 years. Well, I don't know. But one thing about it, if you work hard, it always pays off. And I hope to see many smiling faces here throughout the years to come to the fair. And I love seeing all the families come and bring their children and their grandchildren and enjoy the fairgrounds and leave with lots of smiles and just have a great time here and really enjoy their visit and return again year after year and have those great memories of the Georgia Mountain Fair. And then also, I wanted to mention about, I know we've already talked about this history, but Vonda has put in a wonderful job doing all this. And she, like I said, this is an updated version. It's available in the back there if you want to buy one. It's $10. but she has done an awesome job in many, many, many hours of work. And thank you, Vonda, for doing that. It's just wonderful to have this history book. And we are going to have Scott Newton. He's here filming this tonight. It's going to be edited, and you'll be able to see it on social media. So be sure you look for our program on social media if you'd like to enjoy it again. We have got 75-year pins up at the souvenir table there that you can purchase tonight. I think they're $7. We also have t-shirts, sweatshirts, our 75th anniversary with our logo on those. Those are available, so get those and buy them for your families and take them home. And your children, I think we have children's sizes up there as well. So get all that information and take it with you. And then be sure you come back and enjoy the fair. We start tomorrow with Herman Hermit's Peter Noon. We're going down to the airport in the morning in Atlanta and pick them up, bring them here. They'll have the show here tomorrow night, but the arts and the crafts and the exhibits and the racing pigs, the carnival, all this will be in full operation starting tomorrow. And then we had really had a sold-out show for Crowder Saturday night, and he has fell and broke his leg in 3 places, and he's in the hospital, and his doctor said he couldn't perform for 30 days. So we've got him rescheduled, but that just happened 10 days ago. So we didn't have time to get a show booked and get tickets on sale and get it advertised. So we'll have plenty of entertainment out on the grounds during the day. We've got 3 stages out there, and that'll go till 7 o'clock on Saturday night. So there won't be any entertainment in here, but please come and enjoy all the great music out on the grounds. And again, I want to say thank you for everybody that's made all this possible here, and looking forward to the next 75 years and see what happens. And I want tonight, before we leave, everybody go outside. We got a big fireworks show out here. And I want to say a special thank you to all of our sponsors too. The City of Hiawassee, the Towns County Commissioner's Office, Lake Chatuge Lodge, and then we had a donor that made a nice contribution, and we just appreciate that. They didn't want their name mentioned, but we just really appreciate everything that everybody's done tonight to make this possible. But be sure you enjoy the fireworks and come out and enjoy the rest of the year here at the fairgrounds. I've already started booking talent for next year. I talked to the promoter yesterday. We're looking at 3 shows already for next year. So the schedule don't stop. It keeps going, trying to book everything and keep it rolling. But thank y'all again, and God bless you. And I hope y'all have a great time at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds.
Let's hear it for Hilda, everybody. So you guys had a good time tonight.
I'm going to let you guess, where am I? There are no lines right now, but there will be shortly. And the lines will be here for popcorn, ice cream, hot dogs, pretzels, and pizza. And how many years, ma'am, have you been here?
Over 30.
Over 30 years. How many thousands of people do you think have gone through these gates?
I would have no clues. I remember back years ago when down at the trap booth, they would be lined all the way up past where the funnel cake booth is now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it was continuously.
Yes.
There was no golf carts able to be drove through the crowd because there was so many people.
It was crazy. I remember those years too, and we used to say, oh my gosh, you can't get through Hiawassee because of the fair. And then people would say, we're going to the fair. We go every single year.
Right.
You know, it is amazing what it's done. When I'm looking up there at the Georgia Mountain Fair, and the, you know, the name says it all. We are the mountains.
Absolutely.
We are the mountains. But Georgia Mountain Fair contributes to more than the mountain towns.
Absolutely. It contributes to the surrounding areas. It brings in tourism dollars that people would not even...
Absolutely.
You know,
yeah. They cross the Florida line headed here.
Absolutely.
And they stop all along the way and they buy something.
Absolutely.
From gas or food or motels or whatever. Now, I smell that popcorn. Do you smell that? Can we do smell-o-vision on this? That smells so good. It smells so, it's up to 366. It's up to 367, 368. I love it. I love it. Now, being here and looking back on the years, are there people who come back and come back and come back and then they don't and you think, oh my gosh, something happened to them?
Yes.
And you miss them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Mr. and Mrs. Green, they used to camp just right up here in the A section, and they came for years. I mean, years, you know, and you miss them. You miss a lot of people. A lot of the crafters has come and gone, a lot of us passed, but a lot of the people that work here has come and gone too, you know, down at the trap booth. I started naming, I'd left some out with Jeff Walters, Fiddlehead, and, you know.
Yeah.
I miss all them people.
Sure.
But it's good that the people is willing to learn from the people so it can keep going.
Absolutely.
And Hilda Thomason is just absolutely wonderful.
We call her St. Hilda.
Oh, I agree.
We call her St. Hilda because honestly, she doesn't let things ruffle her feathers. She gets it done. She takes care of business. Yeah. I said she was like Elvis' protege. Elvis always wore those TCB necklaces. Hilda needs a TCB necklace because she's always taking care of business.
She is.
Absolutely.
Her and Matt Turpin and Terry Taylor. I mean, there's so many people that, you know, that's behind the scenes that people don't even have a clue. But I'm just thankful that I'm able to be a part of it.
Yeah, and you've been here 35 years?
A little over 30 years. I worked here full time, and then I volunteered for a lot, for a lot of many years.
Well, we've met some amazing volunteers, and I love to walk around the grounds and see that there's been tribute paid to some of the volunteers who've gone on, and that's important. So, you know, there's just something about this atmosphere. There's something about the happiness that this building brings, and occasionally it's packed to the gills.
Absolutely.
Or there's days that you're like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do?
People standing outside, you know, they sell general admission tickets. And then you've got to give credit to the people that works in the office, the behind the scenes, the people that has to sell the tickets. I mean, them ladies out there in that office, they bust butt. They do. They do.
I've watched them on the phone, and they just stay cool, calm, and collected.
They do.
And I'm like, I'd be having a fit right now. So
Yes.
Now tell folks your name.
My name's Elisa Richards.
And Elisa, do you live close by?
I live in Young Harris.
In Young Harris. Well, we're so glad that you were here for us to talk to, and we hope that tonight is just all the celebration is attributed to everybody who's worked so hard. Yeah.
You know, Bob Anderson, Dale Thurman, you know, all those people.
So many. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yay.
You're welcome.
You know what? These mountains are so full of so many good people, and it was so great to see people out honoring Miss Hilda. At the beginning of the night, nobody had RSVP'd. Nobody knew how many people were going to be there. It was packed. It was crazy. It was wonderful, and we were lucky enough to gift 100 people with goodie bags that included a copy of The Mountain Life. And so now the hills are full of people listening to that amazing song. When you listen to that song, it will give you just a little hint of what the mountain life really is about. Now, the mountain life becomes alive in the fall because the leaves begin to turn and tourists begin to come. And yes, the traffic is heavy, and yes, people get a little bit crazy, but we just should say, welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you choose to come to my restaurant. I'm so glad you choose to shop with me. Please be that positive force in these mountains. Be happy that people are coming to visit. Be happy that people love our way of life. And many of the people who come year after year end up buying second homes in the community and selling their home in the city. That is such a compliment, because if they come 2 or 3 times and they come back to stay, you know they get it. You know that they get the idea that we're a community of giving, loving people, full of music, full of great recipes, and full of just goodness. And that's what the mountains are about. That's what the Apple Festival will be happening, the Sorghum Festival will be happening, Moonshine Days over in Dawsonville. There will be so many people coming to so many different events, and we just have to put our best foot forward. And yes, when the traffic gets crazy, just stay sweet. Just stay sweet and don't get ill and ornery. The other thing about staying sweet, there's a whole lot of honey coming out of these mountains now, because a lot of folks are tending to the bees, or the bees tend to you actually, and getting up a lot of honey. The honey, the muscadines, the apples, that speaks volumes of what we are so blessed. God gave us this amazing earth that produces the stuff that we live on. You know, we cook with it. We snack on muscadines. Have you ever eaten a muscadine and spit out the seed? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's just good stuff. And these are all gifts from God. We are so blessed. If you walk down to a mountain stream, even if you stop by Talking Rock Creek at the little park and you sit there and you listen to that creek, all of these are gifts from God. We are so lucky. And you know, everybody says, well, I like going to the mountains, but I'm ready to get back home. No, I'm just the opposite. I want to go to the mountains, and then I'm like, oh no, we've got to go home. Yeah, We do, but sometimes you're lucky enough to get to stay in the mountains and to buy your second home and become a part of the community. If you're new to the community, welcome. Become a part of the community that you have joined. Volunteer, join the Lions Club, join the Kiwanis. Join something that shows, hey, I'm here and I want to give back, because that's truly the mountain life. And the mountain life is about doing for your neighbors. If there's a neighbor that can't get their hay up, there are always volunteers. If there's a neighbor who has sickness, there's always somebody cooking and bringing in food. That speaks to what the mountains are. And again, the mountains are full of the music. They are full of the music that originated on the front porch after a Sunday dinner, and folks just sitting around strumming and picking. And you know those families, you love those families, and you're lucky enough to still see that music here on ETC. In the near future, you're going to see some great gospel music here on ETC, because the guys got to capture the concert at the Georgia Mountain Fair yesterday, and we're so excited to be able to share that with you, and you will see it in the next few days. So sit back and get ready. There's nothing like a good old meal and a little gospel music, and that's something that ETC specializes in. So don't forget that you can check us out on, you know, it's crazy, but we've got so many old shows on YouTube, and when I watch them, I think, I haven't done that recipe in a long time. I haven't fixed that in a long time. Well, I think I'll do that again. And then I see those faces of those familiar, wonderful, loving people that we met because of these mountains, and we met because of ETC. They've gone on to glory, but they left a piece of themselves here at ETC, and I love that we can share that now on YouTube. So go to our YouTube channels and subscribe. Doesn't cost anything to do it. You just sign in and it's done. And you subscribe, you hit like, you share, and let other folks know that these mountains are open for business and full of folks that would love to say, howdy, welcome in. Nobody loves to welcome you more than Mr. Ellijay. So don't forget to pick up one of his CDs. They're available at Napa, or you can chase me down and get one if you're lucky to find me. I'm usually running up and down the road, probably a little bit too fast. But the mountain music, that is what made us. And I hope that you will pick up a CD. I hope you'll share it. Don't forget, that's a great gift. That's a great gift, and they're $10 each. So I'm going to leave you now where rivers, mountains, and good friends meet at ETC, and here we go right to YouTube.